welcome to another Siren Studios discussion. This is our 5th discussion, I assume. But if
Fifth
it's
or sixth?
if it's not, it's our 6th one.
5th.
Okay. Well, anyway, today we have a very big discussion about video games that are coming out in, the future for the new consoles and those that were introduced at PAX?
E3.
And E3
PAX.
and all that fun stuff. So let's dive right in and let's begin.
Sploosh.
So, there was a lot of announcements made at this
Yeah?
recent PAX convention that just passed.
Unfortunately, I haven't been up to date with that.
I haven't either, but there was a lot of new games that were talked about a little bit more at this PAX Con, and it all sounds really, really interesting.
Yeah.
They all look really good. I know that you were there. People that were at the PAX convention were able to play and everything and get a little feel. One of the games being Titanfall.
I'm really excited for that game.
Yeah.
Troy Baker may or may not be in it. I can't tell right now.
That's interesting. We got to see a little bit more about
The gameplay.
About the gameplay and what's happening. Apparently, it's going to be very heavily multiplayer, very heavy.
I'm okay with that. I love multiplayer.
Yeah. We got to see some more games. I'm not sure all of them off the top of my head, but there were some, there were some new games and some recent ones that were what's the word I'm looking for? Lost
Release?
my train. Release. Thank you. So we all have our favorites, I'm sure.
In case you're wondering, Alex is still dead.
Yeah, he is.
We haven't raised him from the dead yet, but we'll try. You can only do so much. So, I mean, we're all excited for our own video games that are going to be released. There's not that many that I can see myself playing, but I know that I'm excited for them just in a general, excitement because they look so good.
Because it's a new game.
Yeah.
Excited.
You said that you were excited about Titanfall?
Yeah, I'm really excited for it because it's actually come out.
It's a next year game.
It's a next year game.
2014, for those of you
Yeah.
who don't know the current year.
It's 1993. What are you talking about?
That's the year I was born!
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, because it's, in a way, I guess it's kind of refreshing because it's a sort of a new concept, I guess.
It's extremely refreshing. It's not a continuation of a story or anything, so it's kind of really fun.
It's not an entirely new concept, but I haven't recently played a game like that, so.
But it is because, I mean, I was hearing some of the descriptions of the game, and apparently, being a Titan is really fun,
Yeah.
and you're a big part of the team and everything, and there's new things to do when you die and you fail.
Really?
Your team loses. Really, really cool and exciting stuff that you can do. So there's even more gameplay after you lose. So
Yeah, and it looks like it's a game that there's going to be a lot going on during gameplay.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like something that'll keep my mind busy because I'll have to be everywhere, keeping an eye on this, on that,
Yeah, I think that it is very busy gameplay. That's what it sounded like when I had heard about it. It sounds very, very busy. You have to be really attentive to everything. But people are really, really excited for it. It is a new splash
And they're
of
hyping it
water.
up. I've heard a lot of positive
Yeah.
feedback from it, so I know a lot of people are waiting for that.
Yeah, there is a lot of feedback on it, and because they got to demo it in the PAX, it's really exciting. What's on your mind, Janet?
That was a sigh of despair.
Yeah, that just had all despair.
I thought you said you were also excited for Titanfall, right?
Okay, I am, but, it's a next year game, so I have this
I
bad
guess.
tendency that
Yeah.
when there's something that I really like, I'll be like, yay, but if it's far away, I'll be like, yeah, but the closer I get to it, the more and more hype I
understand
start
that.
getting.
So I
So
guess,
yes, I'm excited, but I know
so
for
I
a
guess
fact
for
it's
now you're more excited for
for Batman. I know because that's a next month game. That's October.
I'm really excited for Batman. I had pre-ordered it, so I'm gonna get it first day.
Well, she's gonna get it, but then I'm gonna take it from her. So
I
she's gonna have to
haven't.
buy another one.
I haven't heard much on the Batman game actually, which is surprising to me. I mean, you figured that you would
Since
have.
they first released it and with the first few trailers, I haven't heard much since.
Aside from just certain villains like
Yeah.
that that's gonna be in it. I don't know
But
much
I'm sure
about.
once the time comes around and it gets closer, they're gonna keep hyping it up again.
Yeah. I'm sure. I haven't really heard much about it, but I know that I am excited for it. I know that it's been on the back of my mind for a while
I
now.
can't wait to get my hands on it.
Yeah,
It's,
it
I'm gonna go
looks,
crazy.
sounds really
with it,
fun.
too.
Sounds really cool. It's good to see Batman still in action in
Yeah.
video games. There's so many games that have.
The Kingdom Hearts
The
1.5
HD,
HD
remix, yeah.
That's
I
coming out.
really, really want it because I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
fan, and it's
So excited for it.
it's awesome because it's gonna be obviously HD. Not to mention we're gonna get
It'll help us, I guess, to satisfy our need until Kingdom Hearts.
who knows whenever that's gonna
3
be.
comes
Maybe
out.
next year, maybe 2015. Who knows? But I just really want it because I remember quite some time ago, when like Japan got Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Yeah.
And I didn't really realize what a Final Mix was at the time. I was like, I don't understand what
But
that
once
is.
you did, you're like, I want it.
Yeah, and I was like, I found out that they get like extra content, all these awesome like. I used to see these cutscenes, like I used to, and I'm
Yeah, it's
like,
like,
and
yeah,
I would
I
watch them, and I'm
played
like,
through
I don't remember that in the game, and I
Yeah.
freaking love this game, and I've played it multiple times. So like, oh, this is for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix only in Japan. I'm like, that's not fair. I want these cutscenes. So then we're like, okay, then when Japan's finally like, okay, we're gonna make a Final Mix. And we're gonna give it to America.
We're
I was
gonna
like,
share.
hallelujah, thank you, Jesus.
Jeebus.
Jeebus.
Yeah, a lot of people. I think that Square Enix played it safe by doing this remix because it's gonna keep people.
It's gonna ease the pain waiting for the next game.
Yeah.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
keep people comfortable. It's gonna keep people very very satisfied. I think until because then it's also gonna keep the story fresh in their heads.
Yeah.
So when it does come out, they're like, oh well, I already know what's happened up until now. So I think it's a very smart move on Square Enix for releasing this. What others have we?
Something I really, really want is just because I love Pokemon. Obviously, that was my
yeah.
childhood.
Oh, the
On my
new
little
game.
Game Boy Color, I had my Pokemon Yellow. I've played like every single Pokemon, almost every single Pokemon. The only Pokemon games I've never
The
played.
dungeon ones.
Well, no. When I'm saying Pokemon games, I mean like I know obviously they have the dungeons, they have all these other side ones, but I mean like as in like
those main.
they're like red, blue, crystal, silver, gold,
Yeah.
the color ones. I've played at least one of every single generation.
Yeah, me too.
The only ones I have never played, the only Pokemon game I've never played was Black 2 and White 2 because I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I was like, what? And I was like,
I'm really interested to see how
X and
X and
Y.
Y does.
So that's why, like, I know it's coming out this year. I can't I can't remember if it's either September or November. I think it might be September. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. But it is coming out, and but it kills me. It's on the 3DS. It's like, I don't have a 3DS. So I'm
I'll
gonna have
just
to
do
go
a
get one, but I
jeans.
should. But I really, really want it because it's like the first ever 3D Pokemon, and like it just looks really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people are hyped up about being able to, pet the Pokemon and everything and interact with them. I know that.
I mean, the fighting is just, it's 3D, and then
Yeah.
it's, oh my god, I just really, really want it.
I
A lot
know
of people
that
are
this,
hyped up.
Because of that, this time of year, I've seen a lot on the internet, like, look how far we've come for different games. And they'll have
Yeah.
the contrast, and it's really amazing
When you think
how
of,
far we
like,
have come.
when you think of, like, on that Game Boy, like, red and blue, and you're just like, these little pixels.
But yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are hyped up about that. A lot of people are.
Oh, we got locked out.
Oh, yay. I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry.
Oh.
Losing my train of thought. I'm distracted. What else have we heard about from PAX? I mean, there's so many games that it's just hard to
I know
keep
you
track
guys
of.
aren't too excited for it, but I'm really excited for Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah.
I
can't
really want to
believe
get
it.
my hands
I'm not
on
really
it.
a COD type of
No,
person.
neither
Yeah,
am I.
I'm so excited for it.
I haven't seen anything about it, and I haven't heard much about it.
Well, I'm
Which is
thinking for
weird.
most games, they haven't said much until the time gets closer.
But you'd
and
figure
then they'll-
you'd figure with PAX out that people would be, going a little hectic over it.
guess.
Like, they'd be going a little stir crazy because they want the game so much. But like, I haven't heard anything.
Is that game coming out this year, or is that
Yeah.
a 2014?
No, it's
I
this
thought
year.
that was a 2014.
Wow?
game.
And if it was
I think it
2014,
is.
I'd be able to understand. But if it's coming out this year,
I think
holy
it is.
crap!
I might be mistaken.
They should have. I've expected so much more than that.
I took a look at a list of games that are coming out like in the next few
Yeah.
months, and I'm just like, all the dates are jumbled up in my mind. Like,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I'm really excited, and it's really rare for me to say this, but I'm actually really excited for GTA 5 coming out.
yes,
'Cause it looks
because of all the
sick.
hype of GTA 4, I've become interested.
Yeah,
I might go ahead and get that
It
to
looks
give it a chance.
I don't know. I was never really into Grand Theft. I've never
been
played
into
the
it.
I only
games.
have one game, and let me tell you, that game is the most fun I've ever had with a game. I didn't even start the first mission, and I already have enough fun with that game. It's ridiculously amazing.
I don't know. I'll admit, I've seen a lot of videos for it, and it really does look fun. So then I'm hearing like just nothing but good things about like Grand Theft Auto 5. Like,
And that's what's intrigued me. Like, for the most part, it's been positive. So I think I might give it
yeah.
a try.
So if I'll like either, I don't know if I'd buy it, but maybe I'd rent it somewhere, and
I might steal it from Corey.
I'll give it a try, and I'll just run over people in the streets or something.
Oh my
That's
god!
what- that's
Can
what
you
was the
rob
best.
people in that game? I would rob
Yeah,
everybody.
I think you can. I think you can pickpocket people.
I don't know. I'll just
Shank
shoot
them.
everybody in the
Oh,
face.
speaking of pickpocket, oh my god, Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Getting ready for that.
that
Are you
that
guys
actually
still-
comes out like 4 days after Batman.
Are you guys excited for that? Or are you still on that?
I'm excited for it, but not as excited as other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it looks cool, and I like the whole pirates and thingy and all that stuff. And if I ever get my hands on it, yeah, I'll play it.
I think it's one of those where I might not get my hands on it immediately. It'll wait a bit.
Yeah, I just feel I'm really worried that because they rushed it so much after the last game was released, that it's just not going to be
Which I
up
still
to
don't understand.
par.
It would have been nice to wait a bit, like every
Yeah,
other.
I don't know why they
so far-
changed it.
So far, they've had a nice spacing out between
They
games.
have, and I don't know why they changed that. And like, I'm worried that it's going to be just a piece of crap because they've rushed it so much. But I don't know.
It's a
getting,
series I love, so it's hard to judge.
But that's the only reason why I'm excited for it, because I love the series. I want to know what happens so far. But I feel that a lot of other games are kind of just kind of covering it. Like, it's
I guess.
not so hyped because there are other games. I don't know. It's a weird way to explain it, but I just feel like its publicity is just getting stomped on because of other games coming out. I don't know. I'm still kind of on edge with that one. I'm not sure. But it does sound interesting.
Ooh. You know what a game I really, really want, and just because I really like the concept and idea, is Watch Dogs. I know for a fact
Yes.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gonna
Very
come out
excited for that
November.
one.
I think 22nd or 28th. I
Something
think
like
I'm
that.
confusing the date. I know it's in November. And I
Very
really, because I
excited for
remember the
that.
first time I ever saw, like
Looks
when they
good.
showed it in E3, that
Yeah.
just that trailer,
The little
or the-
glimpse.
that little glimpse, and I was like, okay, that's
That's
cool.
cool.
Like, I want to know who this guy is. Like,
Yeah.
that everyone
I
wants him,
think-
but he has his
I
cell
think
phone.
it
It's like, who is
intrigues
this
us
man?
more than anything is because our generation is so like engrossed in its technology that it gives us more way to kind of like step into his shoes more. Like, he's doing all these things with a smartphone. I have a smartphone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna take over
and
the
then
world.
Yeah.
It's just I really like it, because then you want to know, like, okay, who is this man? Why does he have this technology? Why does everyone want him? Is he a terrorist? Is he the bad guy, or maybe he's like, he's the good guy, but he's
Anti-hero.
yeah, basically he could be the anti-hero. Like, it's a mystery. That's what I love. I just really want to know
Yeah.
the story for the game, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
really interested. It's the story.
And it seems like it's gonna have a lot of puzzle like gameplay to it, and I love that.
It looks really awesome.
yeah,
It
so
does.
I really want that game.
Yeah.
Did Saints Row already come out?
Yeah.
Their
I
new
think it
game?
did.
Yeah, Saints Row
how's
5.
I haven't
I
heard
don't know what
it.
number
I
it is.
haven't heard
I've
much.
never been a fan of Saints Row, so
I don't know, but people were really hyped about this because they said that they use like a new kind of setup for the game.
Yeah.
So it was kind of different, but it kind of moved around more like GTA. So they're implementing more of that kind of I want to say style, but I'm not sure really what to call it. But I know that a lot of people are like, well, the other games have been terrible, but this one actually looks good, and I actually want to play it. I haven't heard anything on it, but I'm really interested to see what people think on it. Also, that new indie game Outlast came out.
I really want to see what it's like.
Man,
maybe get my hands on it.
Fucking good.
Is that I've heard so much
game.
about the game. Is that a PC game?
I'm not sure if Outlast was actually put on any other console though, but I do know that I'm watching gameplay of it right now. Oh my god, that game is one of the best. I know that there was one game out there that is, I think, Taiwanese, about the girl with with the cell phone
with her
camera.
smartphone,
Oh, that one looks freaky.
awesome, right?
I remember I was watching someone play and I was like, what is
was
this?
like a beta for it, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it ever got any more finished than that. But this one is really smart because it uses that kind of technology also, but instead it's like the camera is your flashlight, and you have to have your camera up at some points so you can collect data, you know, and it's just this really crazy interactive kind of game, and like, my god, the best part of it is that your character can't fight. He can't pick up anything to fight with, so you have
it's
to,
more relatable.
You have to hide and you have to run, and let me tell you,
Oh yeah.
I hate chasing scenes, and these chasing
Yeah.
They
scenes.
get my blood
Oh my
pumping.
God.
I don't
I'm
like the
sitting
idea
on the
of
edge
like
of
that
something
I'm
being
running and
behind
then there's
me.
something in it because
And it
I
happens
have
a lot in this game.
And I think because the thing is, I hate things like that situations because I have the really bad tendency that because I know something's chasing me, I start
panic.
panicking more.
Yeah. I
And
start
when I start
laughing 'cause I
panicking more,
panic.
I turn into an
Yeah.
idiot and I start running into walls and I hit everything and I'm
Where
like,
you usually wouldn't. You
obviously,
would, yeah.
like if I'm running normally through this place, but because I have the added effect that one small
There's
mistake and
something
this
chasing
creature's
you.
gonna attack me, gonna hit me, whatever, it could kill me.
You know what?
I start messing up.
Do you remember that Spider-Man game for the Nintendo 64?
No.
There was a game for Spider-Man, and the last boss that you had to fight was like a Doc Ock Carnage combination,
That sounds
and
cool.
it was a chase scene.
Ugh.
I couldn't get through that chase scene because I would panic too much because he would get so close to you, and chase scenes, they
for
just
me,
get to me.
when Resident Evil 6 came out and I played it with my brother, we did co-op. So it was for Jake and Sherry's storyline, and throughout their whole storyline, there's this giant monster. I can't remember his name, what the monster's name is, but he chases you. And there was this one specific scene where you have to run. You're like, I can't exactly remember where it was, but he's chasing you through some corridors. I think you might have been in a cave. I can't exactly remember right now. It's been a while since I beat the game. And he's chasing you, and you have to be careful. You have to hurry because if he catches up, obviously it's an automatic KO.
Sorry.
And so I remember I'd be playing it with my brother, and I absolutely hate chase scenes.
Yeah.
And he'd be running ahead, and I'm running, and I start panicking, and I start hitting walls, and I start messing up everything. It used to get really annoyed because I'd be the reason that we die. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't like when people chase me.
Yeah.
This
I
game
don't
has a
handle them.
lot of that, though, a lot. And what's really cool is that you can actually, when you're running, you can, like, look back. You can turn and look back at what's chasing you. So it's like, it's the coolest game. And I know that I was hyped up about that game. I remember telling you guys
Yeah.
about that game a lot, and
I
I'd be
saw the
so
trailer and I
hyped
thought,
up.
this is really cool.
It is the coolest game. I cannot believe that it's
Saw
finally
lightning.
out. So I was looking forward to that one, but yeah, now that's out. I don't know if I'm ever gonna have the guts to play it, but
Do you know if it's on like Steam?
I think it might be. Yeah, it probably is. I mean, it's an indie game like that, so it probably is.
Probably get it through there.
It might have been released for a console though. I'm not sure. I'm not too
We'll
sure.
research it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some research on it. But I wish there were more games like that out right now or that are coming out. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of games that
Well, for the horror genre.
there hasn't been a lot of games that have piqued my attention. Like I just haven't
Well,
really.
Scary games.
Yeah. Well, not even so. Like I mean, I'm excited for games coming out because they're games and it's new stuff and it's new content. But I'm not excited to play them. Like some of them, I'm not excited to play because it's just they don't pertain to me. Like there's a lot of FPS games and I can't.
Well, see, I love that, so I'm like,
I can't. Play
Depends
those
on the type of
games.
game,
Yeah,
depends-
like Bioshock, I can handle, but
Like if it was something like that, yeah. But like,
if it's like Call of Duty,
yeah, I
can't.
I don't play Call of
I
Duty
cry,
or like
like-
Gears of, like stuff like that. I don't usually
curl
play.
up in a ball and I cry because I can't.
so much fun.
I cannot.
Yeah.
If it's Bioshock or like Dead Space or something like that, yeah. But there's just a lot of FPS games like Call of Duty, and I I can't handle it. But then there are some that, you know, they look interesting to play, but I'm not sure if I'm going to actually play them. But, like, I wish there were more games like Outlast where it's like a puzzler and it's kind of like, you know, you have to escape.
We
and stuff
have,
like
I'm
that.
not exactly sure, because they haven't really spoken much about it, but, you know, The Evil Within Us.
Oh, I heard
That
of
is a
it.
game that I know, I don't care, I know it looks terrifying. I've seen gameplay that, oh my god, I'd be like having a heart attack.
Yeah.
And I'm not even I'd just be like, I'd have a heart attack and I'm like, I can't do it. Just the whole situation, well, how the gameplay, how it's the setting, and the fact that it's Bethesda that I adore.
Yeah.
Bethesda, because they make such good, not RPGs, I'm sorry, like games like Skyrim and Elder Scrolls, like Fallout. I freaking love those series. So, and it's like their first ever, I guess, attempt at to my knowledge, at a scary game. Not to mention it's gonna be
It's like open world.
it's in a sense an open world, not like Skyrim or Fallout, but something like that.
More freedom than
More
a traditional-
Yeah. And so it looks amazing, and I don't care that here's the thing with me, I love scary games, like Fatal Frame and stuff like that. I find the
Yeah.
stories always super interesting. I love watching people play. I cannot do it because I have, like, there's something wrong with me. Like, I can't play scary video games.
No,
Like,
neither can
I
don't
panic too much, and then, like, I don't have the nerve to be like, just walk into that room and I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure there's something in there that's gonna kill me, so I can't do it.
The most I've been close to is Dead Space.
Like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, you can put me in any life or death situation, and
We're
I'll
playing Fatal
gladly
Frame.
do it. But when you add like a scary monster, I'll be like, even if you give me a gun, I'll be like,
No.
I don't know.
I'm gonna come over one of these nights around midnight, and we're gonna play Fatal Frame in the dark.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like, I don't care that it's like terrifying. I heard it's really scary. Like, it gets like, it's like one of those, like, they give you, it's like kind of like in the sense that Silent Hill, like, you get weapons, but you don't get much of it. Like, you get a gun, but you can
You have
get,
to
like,
be
maybe have
smart
like
about it.
3 bullets for like the whole game.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly, but in that sense. So you have to
be
figure out,
smart
like,
about it,
you're
yeah.
gonna come across these enemies. Like, should I hide? How can I kill this? How can I get away without it finding out I'm here
Wasting my
alive?
resources.
Yeah, so, and I don't care if it's like that, I'm determined, like, someone has to hold me to this. I'm gonna play that game. I'm gonna really, like, sit down, and I don't care if I have a heart attack, if I, like, try to get up and leave, I'm gonna play that game. Just because it looks
Setting the goals.
amazing. It really does. If any of you guys have seen the videos, like the teaser, like the trailers, I'm just like, shock and awe. Like, I'm sorry. I know it's
No,
like
yeah,
one
I
of
get
those super
you.
far off, but it's like, I'm really hyped for it. I really want it.
Speaking of horror games that are coming out, we do have Amnesia.
Yeah.
What is it? A Machine for Pigs.
Um,
So friggin' excited! You
I actually
do
haven't
not even know.
I actually don't play Amnesia.
I know.
But,
I'm excited to see the
I'm actually
gameplay of
not
it,
that
though.
big a fan.
I watch people play it, but I haven't personally played it.
No, neither
But
have
it
I.
does look good.
But I'm so excited to see how that game is. The graphics look amazing on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen, previews and stuff like that, and it just looks so amazing. It looks awesome. I'm so ready. I really want to see.
So ready.
So ready. I want to
Corey,
see the
is your
game.
body ready?
I have to
My
pull a
body's
gene.
ready.
I'm really excited for it. It looks awesome, and the graphics have improved, and it just looks so cool. So excited. Yeah, because it's part of the horror game franchise, so I mean, it's adding more
Yeah.
credibility to the horror franchise, and it's gonna really hype it up, and I'm excited. Yeah, I think I've already said that a million times.
Another game, I'm not too sure if it's exactly horror. I'm not exactly too sure on what type of genre it is. I don't know
be
if you've
a
ever heard of
survival.
I don't know if you ever heard of the game Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
With I'm sorry, I can't remember the actress's name. Ellen
Ellen
Page. There you
Page?
go. Where she's doing they modeled the character after her.
Yeah.
She's doing the voice.
I think I saw a preview for it. And it looks
I'm
really
not
awesome.
exactly sure if
I'm
it's
confused over that game.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks like it has, because I know for a
I
fact
think it's gonna be like a thriller.
one of
I
the
heard that it was gonna
elements
be
is
like
like there's
Mirror's
a
Edge.
ghost or something that
Yeah.
you're with, obviously.
Now the thing is, back at I think it was before E3. They
Yeah,
released
because
a trailer
they've
for
shown
it.
this
yeah.
game before E3.
They
Yeah.
showed a trailer for it, and then at E3 they showed something else, and it's really hard to see how they're gonna
A
connect.
lot of people
Yeah.
were confused about that too. I know a lot of people are like blowing up, like what's going on? How are we going to be able to play this game and follow the storyline, because they were concerned. But a lot of people all agree on one thing, that it's going to play a little bit like Mirror's Edge, with that gameplay.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people are upset over that. I think a lot of people are actually excited, because Mirror's Edge was played in such a way that
That's interesting.
it was played in such a way that it was different. Like, it was
Yeah.
a different kind of gameplay altogether, a different feel. So I know a lot of people are really excited for that, but I know they're really concerned over the storyline, and I'm with them on that,
Well,
because it is a little concerning. It's kind of,
I don't know if it concerns. It just, to the point is, I don't understand. Like, I'm kind of confused as to it, because I remember the first trailer I ever saw that my brother ended up showing me. He was like, "Oh, look at this game." I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
And then that's how our interactions go.
right now they do.
And it looked, and I was like, you just see this girl, and it looks kind of mysterious. And like, okay, what's her story? Like, what's this girl's, like, shtick? Like, what's wrong with her? And then it's like, you find out, like, she has this, I guess, this companion that's a ghost. I think his name was Ivan. I'm not too sure what his name was. I think that's it. And you're like, and I'm like, okay, why does she have a ghost as a companion? Like, what? I don't understand what's going on. And then I remember the one at E3, the most recent one I saw. Like, I guess maybe it's going a little bit more into her background. Like, I guess she was, I don't know if it was necessarily, like, military. Not exactly sure what it
It's
was.
like a
was.
secret kind of like.
Yeah.
But she was, like, she'd have training, for this group. Not exactly sure which one it was. And then, but it showcased nothing of, like, that previous thing, like, with
No,
the
thing
ghosts and
is,
stuff like that.
Because of that, I'm thinking it's either gonna be like a long game, or they might rush through it. So I want to see how it does.
And that's why I'm concerned with it. I'm concerned. I'm not losing sleep over it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm concerned with it on a development kind of standpoint. Like, how is it going to develop? How are you going to get that storyline across? Because if you're showing us two different things, well, first of all, now we're all really worried, because we're not sure what the story is going to be, and if it's going to be able to be relatable or anything like that. So that's one thing. And then the other is, are you changing the story on us? Is it just going to be a surprise attack kind of thing where you change it? And I think that's what a lot of people are worried about. But it does look cool.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I like
So
the
that
concept
once
that,
it
like,
comes out and I see more of it.
Maybe it's a good
Am I
thing
gonna-
maybe it's a good thing that they did confuse us with it, though, because
'Cause, like,
maybe
now we're talking about it.
Maybe we're getting
Yeah.
thoughts.
and I guess people
going.
more like, okay, I want to buy this game. I want to know the story, and that's generally that's what goes for me. Like, whenever I see a game that I'm like, I really like. If I see a trailer of a game and by the end of it, I'm like, okay, I really want to know what happens. Like,
Yeah.
I really want to know why this character is like this, or like, what's this character gonna do? Why is he like this?
It interests you.
It interests me, then it's most likely I'm gonna end up buying it or getting it, because I'm like, okay, I really want to know the story. Like, why?
Yeah, you want to see the character development,
Yeah.
and you want to know what's happening with them, and that's a really good part, though, because you want to see that person that you're going to be playing as grow, and I think that's a really big part of good video games. You don't want to just go through without any character development. You're not going to be happy.
Awkward silence.
I see you making faces to Janet.
Yeah,
She's not
you
even
face maker.
looking.
No, she probably wasn't looking.
Wait, you're making faces at me?
Yeah, she was moving her eyebrows.
Hey. That's what I thought.
Okay. Pulled it blank.
Ooh, you know what else is gonna come out that I'm really excited for? And this is my Final Fantasy coming out. Final
here
Fantasy
we
10
go.
HD, and I think 10 2 also HD remastered. Oh my god! If you have gone online and you've seen those comparison videos, it's
looks
like
nice.
looks nice. It looks amazing. Like, oh my god! And Final Fantasy 10 to me was one of the best storylines ever. Like, it was just, and 10-2 was like, it's okay. But, like, I'm really excited, because I remember I've been hearing rumors for a long time about, like, oh, we're gonna get HD Final Fantasy 10, and then it's finally coming out, so I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus in the sky.
Is that the Is it the video that you showed us?
Yeah.
The comparison video?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It does look awesome. They did do a good job
Yeah,
with
Final
it.
Fantasy X was a really, really good game. The gameplay was awesome. The storyline to me, like honestly, for all the
Do you
Final
own
Fantasy
it?
that, yeah, I do.
You know she had to.
I do, but it's mysteriously disappeared.
Well,
In the sense that we lent it to someone a long time ago, but we haven't gotten it back. But I will buy it again. If anything, I'm gonna get the HD.
buy it again.
I don't
You
care.
get
I'll
the
do
HD.
it. I'll get the HD, and just because, like, out of all the Final Fantasies I've played, to me, actually, I honestly think, out of all the Final Fantasies to date, 10 I think was my favorite story.
Yeah.
Like it truly was a beautiful story, and because the story was so great, I think that's why 10-2 kind of killed me a little on the inside, because it kind of
I'm playing us sideways. I'm sorry.
it kind of ruined it a little bit for me, because 10 left off, the story was amazing, it left off on a kind of like, in a sense, cliffhanger. Like, if obviously Final Fantasy fans, if you play the game, you know the story, like, you know, he's a dream, spoiler, and all that stuff, and then he wakes up in the water and he swims up, and then that's how it ends. And you're like, okay,
So there's
is
no
he...
complete closure.
Yeah, is he and then obviously it's left to interpretation. It's like, okay, did he get reunited with Yuna? Is he back as in own time? Like, what's going on? And then I like that, because you're like, oh, I wonder what happened, but like, anything could happen. And it was super sweet, because like, you know, their goodbye was like very bittersweet. It was like very depressing when she confesses that she loves him, but then he's gone. And then 10-2, like, I guess it was great that they resolved it. Like, yeah, you end up, well, that's if you get the perfect ending, the 100%, which I never did, because I skipped everything. That they are reunited, but I didn't like that, because 10-2 in itself, the story, they killed certain characters for me. Like, characters that I really ended up loving, and I was like, no, what did you do to Yuna? Why is she wearing those short shorts? And then Riku was just like a dumb blonde. And I absolutely hate it, because I adored her in 10. Like, I thought she was super adorable and cute, and that she loved her cousin. And then in 10-2, they kind of made her like the stereotypical little dumb blonde, like ditzy, and I didn't like that much. So, yeah, 10-2 kind of ruined the story.
At least
But
you have
HD!
You're excited for HD.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have that. You can have that remake, and that's gonna be really exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be like nostalgia. Like,
Yeah.
I adored Final Fantasy X. I really did.
Yeah, it's gonna bring back some good memories. I bet.
Yeah.
I
shall
kinda
play as
wish-
Lulu.
I kind of wish that they continued the Fatal Frame series. Now that you mentioned it,
Yeah.
I kind of wish that they did, and it really bugs me that they haven't.
Yeah, because 1, 2, and 3, the one thing I love about Fatal Frame is like, and it's just the part of me that I'm that strangeness that I love dark and occult things.
Yeah.
Like, I find it really fascinating.
You're not alone here. I love it too.
Yeah,
Whenever I
agreed.
like the stories, I like finding about rituals that this actually exists. Like, there are certain people, places in the world that they do these dark and messed
Yeah.
up, and you listen, you're like, oh my god, who could do this to someone else? Like, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with these people?
It freaks me out in real life, but in video games it intrigues me.
Yeah, like, no, even in real life it intrigues me, but I have a morbid fascination with it, because
Yeah.
I wonder, like, that they're so devout and they truly believe in this, that they will do these kind of like sometimes horrendous things
Yeah.
for this belief or whatever. So I just think it's cool. So then in
cool.
the game, like, you find out, and I think it was that actually, I don't know for 2 and 3 and 4, but I know in the first game they had they had the main ritual, but then they had kind of like other rituals that kind of pertain to it.
Yeah.
And there was actual rituals that I think were like real life, like based on real life rituals that they used to do. So I was like, that's really creepy.
Yeah.
And just the game itself, it was just like, it's the rituals for me. That's what got it for me. Like, I really like the rituals.
It was a pretty
Yeah.
good game, so.
I kind of wish that more games were out like
Yeah.
that. It kind of would be really cool to see it, because it was such a different kind of thing. To use a camera to defeat a ghost is like.
But I guess
The
we're
awesomeness.
slowly getting back to that. Maybe
think
maybe
we are.
with Outlast could be like a stepping stone.
Yeah, I think we are. I'm not sure how the game ends yet, but I hope that they leave it with a cliffhanger so that we can see what else happens. I originally thought that this was going to be more of a ghost story, though, which bothers me now, because now I know that it's really not. Or so I assume it's really not. And it kind of bothers me now, because I'm kind of like, I'm not sure how to feel about it. But it does intrigue me, and I wonder what they're gonna do, and if they left it on a cliffhanger. Because if they did, just hell yeah, second game, yeah, let's do it. Let's see what other games.
There's so many games, but I can't think of
there
anymore right
There
now. Like,
are a lot.
It's actually one of the problems with me is that because it's fall. It's fall now, and we're getting
we've
into.
still got a month, 2 months before we actually dive into.
But not to mention, because the thing is, because it's not just video games. It's like everything starts up in fall, like all these new TV shows, games, books, stuff like that. So there's like a whole
lot to keep your mind
array
on.
of things that I'm really looking forward to in fall. Like all these shows, all these books. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get this. All these games. I'm like, yay! And then it just kind of mumbles and jumbles, and
There's so much going on
that I tend to sometimes forget. Like, oh, tomorrow comes out that game that I really wanted, and then everything starts up, so I have to keep my mind on everything, like all the things that I want.
That reminds me, I used to have this really awesome app that would remind you like when games were coming out, and then you could tag it, and it would be on your list of games that you wanted to be reminded of, and it was this awesome app, and unfortunately I think it got shut down now. But it was a great app, and I just remember being reminded for Sly Cooper and all that stuff, and it was one of the best apps. I hope that somebody makes another app like that. I mean,
that'd be really convenient.
Yeah, because there's a lot that's coming out, but there's just so much that you can't really
keep on top of everything.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know.
But then it also has a lot to look forward to. Like, you could be excited about so many things.
It's true.
Overload.
Oh, we've got some Wii U games coming out, don't we? We have do we have Smash Bros coming out?
It's a 2014.
Yes. It's the next
game.
year
I mean, it
release.
still counts.
It still counts. I'm excited. I mean, so far as I know, if hopefully I've been keeping somewhat caught up with it, character-wise, that the only new characters obviously were just the ones that we saw, like the Mega Man, the Wii Fit Girl, the
Animal Crossing.
That character, and
Villager.
I think there was someone. No, I think that was it. Just those three.
I think those are the main three.
Yeah, so like on that front, like I haven't heard any new characters that they're having aside from I guess just the returning ones. So
I'm excited because I love Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like all your favorite characters trying to kill each other.
I think we have a new Mario Kart Racing also.
Yeah. I forget I
forgot what number they're on. It's been a while since I've played more.
Nintendo, as far as Nintendo goes, I'm a little out of the loop.
That one's to be announced, I think. That one's to be announced for next year, I think. But I think we also have one coming out. I feel bad for Nintendo. Did you see that article on IGN that the Nintendo, not Nintendo, Atari, the Atari creator said that Nintendo might be what was it? He pretty much said that they might be in a rut, I think.
Yeah.
That they're gonna soon run into the ground because they're just in a rut where they really can't hype up or anything. They can't get with Sony and Microsoft, and I feel bad. The Wii U has all this cool technology and stuff. We've only had a couple games for it, and for the rest, it's not playable. I feel really bad.
I think one of the problems is that when the Wii U first came out, like you said, it really didn't have that many. Thing is, not many new games. We had was Assassin's Creed 3 that you can get it.
I think a couple of.
You had Batman Arkham City that you can play on it. I can't exactly remember some of the other ones, but you had that. But by that point, it was games that most people have already beaten and all that stuff. For
So we were talking about the Wii U.
The problem with it was that, like I was saying earlier, that just basically all the games for it that had it wasn't many new games, and all the games that did, everyone already beaten it for the PS3 and Xbox 360. So what was the point?
Not a lot of people wanting to buy duplicates of the same game.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Wii U, and it was such a cool thing, and
it was a cool idea.
I think what I was gonna say before we had to stop was they jumped the gun. They jumped the gun in putting it out there, and they didn't wait until these consoles started coming out, and now they're paying for it royally. But is that a poor choice by Nintendo, or did they foresee this kind of thing happening? Thought provoker. There it is. Yeah. they've been in it a long time. So I mean, they have to know that something's gonna go down. I mean, history is repeating itself. Like we said in that other video, it is like a war, like what Nintendo and
Microsoft?
Sega had.
Oh.
Like look what Nintendo themselves and Sega had between is what's happening with Microsoft and Sony right now. It's kind of history's repeating itself. So maybe Nintendo already foresaw this and was like, we're staying out of it. I mean, they've already fought their wars. They've already fought the battles. I think they're done. I think they're like, we've dealt too much with this. We're done. You know? And I think they're always going to have a console because, I mean, they don't like giving other companies their games.
Yeah.
So I think it's always going to be a console. If you ever want those traditionals, you're going to have to deal with having a Nintendo console at one point. But is there any other releases that we know about that we're excited about?
There's probably a lot more.
And there's some
too many
that
things
even
I'm
that
looking forward to.
There's
even
a lot.
some that I don't even want to touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But I think that we should always remind our audience that if there is ever a game that you're really excited about and you want to let us know about it and everything,
You should totally do that.
you should comment. Subliminal messaging. Not really. Yeah, comment in the section below, and we just might do a video on it if it piques our interest enough. So go ahead and leave a comment. If you're interested in the rest of our videos, go ahead and check them out. And if you want to stay updated on what we think about video games and comics and all the good stuff, go ahead and click that subscribe button.
Also, what most people probably don't realize, you can email us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We never really mention it, but you can email us if you have a concern, questions, or comments. But if you don't like staying on YouTube, we also have a Tumblr. So
the email is on the Tumblr as well. So.
yeah, and you can stay updated. We post links there, and we post updates to our videos and everything there. So check us out. And
I think we're here.
I think we're done. Thank you, audience.
Bye.
Bye.